Yo, what is going on, everyone? So, I've had a few questions on why I do some things. I've had some people asking for tips, maybe a guide. So, I'm gonna make this video and I'm gonna skim through my 2250 run I got, and I will explain things as I go along. So, the first thing, round one, there's 6 zombies. You can have 3 spawn here and 3 spawn at the other spawn, or it can be 2 and 4. Never seen anything else. So you can get a quick 6-7 second round if you're aiming good. Round 2, I always sit at this spot where I end round 1. You can get 5 spawning here. I don't think you can get any more. And as you play more and more, you kind of get a feel for when they're done spawning and when you should leave. I don't know timings exactly. Haven't looked at that. Just a feeling. We end round 2. You're going to go to top knocked, right? Because the spawns are really fast. One thing I will talk about, you see me, the gun keeps popping up when I'm sprinting. The way sprinting works in this game is I'm not sure if it's for everything, but I know for most things, you get a speed boost at the very beginning of your sprint. And this is prolonged a lot more if you have stamina up. So what I do is I have my walk key set to Alt and my sprint key is Shift. So I press Alt and Shift to reset my sprint, giving me that speed boost again. I do this every 1 to 1.5 seconds without stamina up, and about twice as long with stamina up, maybe a little more. It's about a 10 to 11% increase in speed just for free. So if you're going over long distances where you need to be fast, there's not really any reason not to do it. Round 3 is pretty quick. If you want to know the kill counts, there will be 28 kills at the end of this round. Generally, I know when I should leave. It's not hard to count the kills, you know. You see I picked up an insta-kill there. If you're gonna pick up an insta-kill here, you want to pick it up like right away. Because we're going to be using Ring around 5, and that is not charged yet. And you cannot charge Ring when you have insta-kill. So the goal here is get kills a little easier with insta, have it run out mid-round, charge the Ring, or very nearly charge the Ring by the end of the round. Well, round 4, there's 18 zombies. You'll be at 46 when you end. I usually look at the scoreboard to see when I should leave. Once I'm hitting 40 or 41, I see if there are any spawning, and then if there aren't, I'll head down and end the round. The main time saves here in the early game is just knowing exactly when to leave. You know, if you're setting up top for 2 seconds, it's just a waste. So here's the double points. Round 5 double points is the best thing you can ask for in this run. Round 5 is a bit challenging. You can get really good spawns, you can get really bad spawns. You see, I have one more kill to ring, so that's fine. And ideally, you want to get an equipment here. A Semtex, a C4, Frag is okay. Molotov is the best equipment you can get by round 5. And the reason is it lingers. And if you get an insta-kill on round 5, always take it. And always use your ring to kill the left side zombies. And if you get an insta-kill and a Molotov, you can end the round within 10 seconds. And you'll be out of here 220 on a good pace. which is really fast. Very unlucky I got 229
You
without a
also
portal.
get extra points for the ring, so that's always nice. Especially with double points, you get 250 per kill if you get a headshot. And now there's the double points bonus points. This is the best thing that can happen to you during a run. So you get 1k for that. So, if you can get 10,000 points by the time you are leaving Particle Accelerator, or obviously you won't have 10,000 points at that time, but if you have 10,000 points here, top knocked, you can go to Particle Accelerator, leave on round 5, keep one zombie alive, and then you'll be a round ahead, and you'll save about 20 seconds, which is what I do in this run. Normally, you end the round here, and then you do round 6 in Particle Accelerator. I'll explain the strats for that a little bit, just because I'm not actually doing it here. So what I've been doing recently is, once I go into Tunnel, the round is usually starting around that point. So I kill 4 or 5 in Tunnel. I'm now going through Deadshot, and I rush the power, the 2 power switches. And then I sit near the top of the stairs, and all the zombies kind of funnel in around you, and you can kill them as you go. And when you're done, the anomaly will already be ready for you, and you don't need to wait for it to spawn. So that's kind of how I do it around 6. You'll see how I do it here in round 5. Um, it's already at 10k. If you have like 200 points less than that, you can prone at Jug and Elemental Pop. If you go through Medbay, you can hit Speed Cola. But I think having that door closed will help later in the run. And
If I get a
I'm
Molly,
not sure if I do it in
P29 will be slow.
this run, because I'm not sure which portal I get. Because it is dependent on the portal for Aetherscope. So we activate those, wait for the anomaly, go up. Also, if you're on round 6, if you hit that anomaly early, you can burn the round. You always want to keep one alive here, no matter what, and I'll explain that later. You can burn the round to one alive and take the tunnel up if you go in the anomaly early, but usually you want to just end the round and keep one alive, and then just go straight up without using the tunnel. And you always buy stamina up here. This is why you need 10k, because you need 2500 to buy stamina up, and you need 500 for the tunnel down to the pad part. And points are very scarce here, but because this is a keycard run, you will be burning around later, and you'll get a ton of points back. And you also get points from Aetherscope dogs as well. So we put the pad piece in. Now, what happens when you put that pad piece in is it triggers something in the game, and it says Megaton, the first one, will spawn in 2 rounds. So if you end the round early, you'll get a Megaton 1 round later. And this is probably one of the most annoying parts in the run, because the zombie will despawn usually 2 times, and you don't know where it spawns because you can't see a zombie on the radar when they're not in the map. So you kind of just have to get lucky and guess where it spawns, or wait a bit and see where it spawns after. But you always want to kill the zombie before you go into the anomaly for Aetherscope, so you can start the dog round early and get through that at a reasonable pace. Right, so this is Pond Portal. So I saved 20 seconds, and you see I'm coming out of that anomaly at like 4:33, which is very good pace. But you can see the zombie is right on top of me, right? But it's clearly not here, so
I guess strong, and it is down in particle accelerator, so I have to walk all the way back and kill it.
It's gonna be down
And
below.
I got pond portal, which means I have to walk all the way there and all the
And it's
way to the
spawn.
plane, and it's very
This is literally
slow
the worst thing that can
and
happen
very
when
annoying to
I do this
run.
route.
So I'll explain the portals here. With pond, the first part will always be at the plane wing. You pick up the fuse every time when you're picking that part up. I purposely don't get it earlier if I get the Pack-a-Punch tunnel by the plane, because you need to pick it up here and you need to kill dogs. So the like half a second it takes to pick it up isn't being wasted earlier. And then you have a 50-50 chance of the second part spawning at spawn under the stairway or in particle accelerator by the vent. You want it to spawn at spawn, and you want power to be the last piece. Otherwise, you have to walk all the way back up, and it wastes a ton of time. For Noct Portal, the first part will be at spawn, and then you want the second part to be at the plane, where you get the fuse, and then go down for the last part. And power, first part will be in particle by the vent. You want the second one to be at spawn, so you can go straight to the third one at the plane wing and not have to waste time. And
That's one.
for pond and knocked portals, you don't want to pick up the last piece immediately. You want to end the dog round
No, it's not a
as
reset,
you're collecting the dog gas.
but
And then once the
it's
round
not good.
changes, you can pick up the last piece and kill all your dogs and build. And then you can go to med bay. But if you're doing power, what you need to do is end the round as, or not as, before you pick up the plane part. And once you end the round, you can wait 1 to 2 seconds and then pick up the part and the round will flip. And then you can walk to weapons lab and get the gas with the dogs that spawn from the part. So you don't need to go out of your way to do it earlier and waste time. And as with power, you have to burn the round and kill the megaton in weapons, which is a bit annoying because you have to build after, you can't build before, but
Why did they spawn over there?
it is what it is. And here's the pond route. So I
Why are
get
you spawning
gas.
over here?
Unfortunately, this dog spawned super far away, so it took me a bit to get to the
Easy for
last
the
part.
follow.
This is a bit of a time loss. I mean, it's not really a time loss, it's just annoying not to get to med bay in time for Megaton to spawn.
Those are
But
like
it's not a huge
some
deal
of the
either way,
worst
because you
possible
can
dog
just wait for
spawns.
him to come to you. And ring should be almost charged here if it's not charged already. Um, if you're leaving
So
on
once
round 5,
again,
it won't be charged. If you're
oh, and it's a bad
leaving
way
on
to
round
spawn.
6, it will be
Once
charged for
again, all
sure.
the time save I had before was thrown away because of
Nuke
that.
here is really good. Um, I think for leaving on round 5, somewhere around like 105 is the end of the round. And if you're leaving on round 6, it's like 134. So once you have a few kills left in the round, you can hit that nuke and end it. And ending it early is really good. So I still need to charge the ring, which kind of sucks, but it's not really time loss. Insta is pretty nice, just because it makes killing everything easier. Nuke was gonna disappear, unfortunately, so it wasn't as useful, because you want it to end the round, but it's still good to kill everything. You also want to end the round before you activate this portal, because if you don't, then it's unlikely that the spawns will be good enough next round for the machine when you're using the remote control and sucking up all the zombies for the die. So the good part about ending the round in weapons lab is you can pick up the keyword immediately. But here I have to do the first two diaries, and then I have to
I
pick up
forgot to open
keycard.
the
Also, you want to open this door first. I forgot to do that.
door.
'Cause that's like 2 seconds wasted. Then pick up the keycard next, and then do the third ghost. Now, it's important to note here, once you give this ghost the diary, you have 50 seconds before it teleports you out. So I would teleport back at 9:10,
Yeah.
and that
It's
will
not a
come
good
into
run
play
anymore.
later as we're sucking the zombies. You want to get 5 or 6 kills here because there will be 10 zombies left alive if you just let the machine get all of its kills. And you need to end round here. If there are 10 zombies alive still, it can be annoying to end the round. But if you're leaving on round 5, as I did, I only killed 3 because there are a bit less zombies. It's getting close to 9:10, and as I'm sucking up the zombies for the die, I'll hit the reflection here very shortly. I hit it, I shoot them so they keep aggro on me, and I think this reflection is like 40 or 45 seconds long. It gives you plenty of time to get my active fungus and get back down to password if it's done flawlessly. Also, you have to be very careful that the Mayak doesn't get sucked into the machine because it will die instantly, and you need it for fungus. So you shoot down the flask. In this run, I actually missed that, which I didn't realize. Get the canister. Watch out for the Mayak. I couldn't actually pick up the canister because he was right there. Um, he usually will end up there, so you can die if you're not careful. That was good. I would have realized I missed
Shoot.
that shot and gotten the canister again, but
Didn't hit
or
the
the
boss.
flask. Yeah. It's very unnecessary time loss, which is why this run started out very good and
Yeah, I can't believe
just
it missed the
a few
boss.
mistakes accumulated, so I'm not completely happy with it, but it's good enough for now. Now we hit the password, and then you just run back up to the fuse portal. If you're late, then they can spawn there and kind of get in your way, which is annoying.
What?
Also, if you ever have any trouble hitting those portals, you cannot be holding U's as you're walking up to them, and if you are, do not walk away from them. Just wait there and don't press anything for a second or two, and it should give you the option to hit them again. Alright, I'm gonna take this time to practice the poison shot. This part, not much going on, just place a fuse in the plasma cutter, get the gas with the canister, try not to die from Mayak. I like to take out the die here and shoot one shot as I'm crawling up. If the zombies are grouped up good enough, you can get as much as 10 or 12 kills there, and it really cuts down on the round. Just free kills, pretty much, because you're not really losing time as you're mantling. Now the crystals. So this route I take, it is the best route that I have been able to, well, I didn't come up with it, but it's the best route I've been able to test. I've tried looking for other routes that are better, and I haven't been able to find anything as good. Also, as you're sucking up every crystal, if you started at the right time, you should be able to keep moving and not miss any, or not like mistime it at all. There's a video I just uploaded earlier today, which showcases some better places where you can shoot this crate, and that saves enough time where at the end of this, I almost get to shoot the ice, but I barely miss it. And if you do the shots that I did in that video, and your movement is good, also, yeah, Mayak doesn't usually go there. I don't know why he was.
Monka
But yeah,
is.
if your movement is good, and you do the shots right, you have enough time
I
to
don't know
take out
why he was
ice,
right there.
shoot it, and walk to the portal.
I've never seen him in that position
And
before.
based on my movement, it saves 2 seconds. But if your movement is a bit worse and you're late to shooting the device, it'll save more than that. That's a shot you can do with the poison. It's a bit risky if you're not very practiced, but the poison is very lenient, so it's not too dangerous. But if you're feeling risky, you can go for it. And then recently I tried to figure out what's the best place to suck this crystal from. And if you don't get it immediately in this position, if you hold it down for like half a second longer, it should start sucking it up. Just make sure you don't move your camera as you're doing that because it is
Well,
very
we're about to find
precise
out if that shot
and
worked.
it will stop sucking. When we finish this, we can get lightning, shoot the device, get ice. Mayak usually isn't a problem there, it's just a second shot.
It did.
Yep, so here's where the time loss was.
Teleported?
It's very minor, but I thought I shot it, but I
I
barely
think I
missed the
shot it.
window, so I had to shoot it
Oh, I
again.
didn't. Wow. That sucks.
It's a very minor time save, but it's
I really
free,
thought I got it
and
off.
it's just
It was so
the
close.
result of better mechanics, so no reason not to do it. Now here, you don't need to. What I like to do
Nuke is not what I want.
is leave one zombie alive. The reason I'm doing that is because I have had many runs where I end the round, and I get a megaton to spawn, but it teleports to the tunnel as I'm walking backwards, and it kills me, and it ends the run. And I've also had many runs where I'm trying to get the megaton in the containment device, and it's already split, but there's like 30 zombies and 8 dogs. It's not easy. So if you end the round later, there will be less zombies hoarding around you. And if you get lucky, the megaton might spawn at a good spot. I kill that Mayak just because it's annoying. Right? There's not really any reason not to kill it, but it doesn't really do anything unless you end the round right here. If you end the round right here, you need to kill that Mayak so the megaton can spawn, because otherwise it won't. So we wait for this to end. Um, this zombie, it can like disappear sometimes, but just make sure you kill it before you're running to the orb, preferably. You do the wrench, I shot out with a C4. Pick up the orb. There's a megaton spawn. It is not guaranteed to spawn at this round. And it is the result of many runs dying where it doesn't spawn. This is like the one major downside to keycard is you will not always have a megaton at this point in the game. But when you do, it should be faster. So this was a pretty good containment. Um, ending, or not ending, but like killing all the zombies wasn't too bad because they weren't all piled up in one spot. You know, there's a lot less here because they're still spawning, and they're not all spawned in the map. Yeah, both actually went in really fast. And here's Decontamination Skip. As you're running past the computer, if you hit use, like, right at the very edge of the desk, you can just barely manage to slide under the door, like this. It's pretty precise, and often it'll seem like you're out, and then it'll push you back in.
Oh.
It's a bit tricky, but with some practicing, it shouldn't be too difficult.
Oh. Finally got it. I'm happy I
That's a
stuck with
15
the
second
run.
time loss
I
if you
wasn't
don't
happy
get
with
it, by
it
the way.
in
Now
the
we hit the
beginning of
portal that
it.
knocked. We activate the reflection. I like to sit at. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had a cough there. I like to
It's
sit up here at top
Megaton's
knocked.
behind me.
You get a lot of free kills,
Yeah, he
a lot of
is.
points. You can buy your perks. You can refill your ammo with the megaton, and then you can just run back down. It's pretty close to the photo. Pretty much once I get my ammo, I like to leave. And because we've flipped through the rounds, we've gone past round 10, we get 100 free loose salvage, and we can buy a Centurion. You don't want a War Machine, because you have a die, right?
Second
But
decoy's
die's
good.
better than a War Machine in most scenarios, I'd say. The Centurion just lets you kill a few zombies just for free, right? It it
18,
operates on its own.
24.
You don't need to control it. It usually gets 4 to 5 kills for me, and I think I noticed that it slows them
You
down
can do the
if it hits
exfil.
them, but I'm not
It's
100%
hard.
on that. So now we wait for the boss fight, of course. The first phase, you want to focus on the first few dogs that spawn. Dogs are very annoying, and if they die near Orlov, their gas will hurt him, and he will stop and get mad. Once the Mayak spawns, you can start protecting him more, and when it gets near you, you can just ring and kill it. It's not too hard of a phase, but if you're not practiced, it's fairly easy for him to get hit once. Second phase, I always place my sentry gun there. Always try to focus dogs if I can. Decoys are decent for this. Stuns are pretty good as well. C4s are good, just to like knock them down. You just really have to be careful about dogs on this one, because they can come from all different angles. I think right there it slowed that zombie down, because he was gunning for Orlov, but then it started walking a little bit. You definitely need to kill the megatons here at the end of the second phase and get your
I don't need that
ammo.
ammo.
Luckily, the megaton I killed earlier still had ammo dropped right there, so I could go pick that up. And as you're doing this third phase, you should get your ring back, and you should be perfectly fine to just stand here, kill everything that comes. I always check on Orlov just to make sure nothing slipped by. But from here on out, it's pretty easy. If you can get to this phase flawless, unless a dog messes you up or one sneaks in the back,
Yes.
should
Oh my
be good to
god,
go.
finally.
So now for running out, I used to go through
Let's go. Get me
medbay,
out of here, Olaf.
and then I saw Steve go through Deadshot, and it just seems easier. It doesn't really matter which way you go because the helicopter is timed, and the voice line for it will play at 109 remaining, and you'll leave with 46 seconds left. That doesn't really change no matter how fast you get out here. At this point, it's pretty much GG.
Let's
Make sure
go,
you don't die trying
finally.
to get on the
All the
helicopter like I've
grinding
done
finally
once.
paid off.
Was not proud of that moment. Skip 10 seconds.
2250.
And that's the cutscene. So this run overall is killed can be killed by part spawns, Megaton not spawning. If you get bad zombie spawns, it can lose you a bunch of time. But if you practice it a lot, it can be somewhat consistent. At least getting to wrench. And I believe I've covered everything I wanted to. And that should be the end. So, thanks everyone for watching this. If there's anything I failed to address, or I just missed it, or something that never came up, and if you want to ask about it, feel free. I'll answer it if I can. And I'll see you guys next time.